All right, Google on my phone, taking all my notes down. It seems to be the facet that Invoker mids go for, but I was thinking maybe there'd be a chance that it would be the...
And this is not an easy lane for Timber to be in, so he cannot approach the creeps. It's not the lane in which Timber can 1v2, I think. Another glimpse, though.
They're going to try and get a kill here on DM.
Can they? I think
he's quite tanky, but with 3 heroes here, a couple of blood grenades, fuel Blade Fury, they get that first blood.
Should get maybe a last hit or 2. Maybe. So far, 0-0 for him.
Gonna be kind of annoying. Ooh. Little Sunstrike action for him. I don't know what it is about Sunstrike.
Is the idea like Timber? I mean, look, like, at least go bot and creep skip for this man. I'd rather have a weak Centaur than a weak Timber. He might die again. Blood grenade. Any tails? Sunstrike.
No Sunstrike. But still so much damage coming at Pyke, and Sunstrike is available.
They're gonna kill the Khalis at least.
Yeah, Blade Fury on top of him. He'll cold feed Elmisho. And Elmisho will walk out of the range of that. They get that kill over in the top lane.
Well, maybe if they get Centaur a couple of more times, because he's got 4 last.
Searing Chains and Cold Snap. Dark Mago, he doesn't have level 6. They're going to place down this ice wall. As Dark Mago is going to go down to both these heroes. They'll give it over to no one just under the tower. That Fairy Fire won't matter. And that's a good rotation for the Ancient Apparition. Now it feels even worse top. Like, yeah, again, you aren't dominating that lane. He is 4-0 on that Centaur. You now lost your mid, and you've lost that Timber once. And you might lose him again. Sunstrike is queued up and ready. And that will land. Pyke will end up dying, and no one's got himself another kill as he's going into that early Midas.
Creep skipping, you know, all he has to do is combine a bunch of these waves, and then even if he gets glimpsed away from them, he will be able to farm. But you gotta be careful not to lose too much HP.
DM. I don't know how much he cares about these, right? Because he could have got that courier.
Yeah, eventually you start caring, because he might be dead here. Like, he's actually dead.
If he had this helm with the Iron Will, this would have been better for him. But yeah, eventually he will die.
He cares about the right clicks. There's not a lot of armor on him without the helm, of course.
Satanic in the area. Well, they might steal it, though.
He's got 6 now. He's gonna go for it, for sure.
Tornado, Meteor, and a Ball Lightning in. That's a dead Timber. Good kill there for the side of PARIVISION. Shackles aren't really going to do much. They will have the Ember, but Sunstrike's coming in. Michael's going to be in trouble, and he's just alive. Ball Lightning looking to get this kill and secure it. Glimpse back to where he once was, right by Parker. Blade Fury on him. Searing Chains locks him up. That's going to be a dead Satanic. But again, we talked about it. Jug is not the kind of hero that you can go and start off with the Vendetta hit. You might need to stun him, and they've got the vision. We'll see. He goes for it, gets it, and that's the kill. Ooh, meanwhile, if they can really slow down Invoker, that's going to feel pretty good. He does have this Midas, so it's not going to be too hurtful to him. He bought out on this point booster. He wants to get this Ags. They've got the vision. They go to the Glimpse. They've got the Static Storm. The Tornado thrown in, but it's not going to land on anybody. So no one's going to be dead here, even with the Stampede coming in. Ice Blast just a little bit late on that.
Oh,
X-Shackle, Dust, and they have caught themselves 9 class. 2-man stun stops the Timber Chain, and he's starting to run away, but he's got no help from anybody, so he is eventually dead to Pyke, who finishes him off. Some nasty rhymes right there.
That's Iron Maiden, by the way. When I was a kid, I was a fan.
Could have just said it was an original. A Lizard original, you know?
For sure, for sure. I'm surprised I managed to recall that. I was 14.
Tried for the TP, now the Glimpse. Cobra's starting to move around the map, and we have talked about this positioning where you're a team that's kind of behind and you're losing yourself out, but Ice Blast not going to land. Sunstrike and the damage there, not enough to kill off Parker, and you're starting to lose out on where you're able to farm on the map. And that Sunstrike Cataclysm's on cooldown for another 10 seconds.
It's a very short, very, very short cooldown on A ult, right? Like, it's 60 seconds at this point, so you have to be quick.
Oh, Jesus. Michael was in, Michael is out. They killed him like a smooth criminal. Ripped his life away.
Yeah, it's not really an easy rush for them.
Ooh, lands that stun. Cataclysm! Ooh. Gonna drop down and they got the Vortex on a Parker. Dark Mago just obliterated, and now they're looking for the Ice Blast. They'll lead him. Omni, no, that was just the Swift Slash, and that might mean he dies. Now he goes into the Omni. He's trying to avoid taking the damage from Ice Blast and shattering, but DM is there. They'll use that double edge and get the kill.
How fast it was, like Storm has been keeping up. And this is a hero, of course, that does farm fast. The only question is, does he scale as hard? And maybe he does.
Ice Blast again. They've got the Hoof Stomp. Don't even need the Ice Blast. That Cataclysm runs through. Tornado EMP. Pike's not going to have much mana, and the Cold Feet, he's going to freeze over. Ducalis is going to get that one. They also killed Michael.
It didn't last for long, thank God. Another Charlatan Wizard Smoke.
Right into the Vendetta, blink forward, dusting. A lot of dusting. They're trying to find this Nyx Assassin. Swift Slash, Ice Blast lands on 2. Cold Feet comes over them, and now they get the kill on Michael. They'll look over as 9 Class is going to die trying to TP out there. Satanic dominating, blink in with the Hoof Stomp. Cataclysm dropping down. Omni Slash, and goes over to the Ancients. Drops him off. What a move by DM. Left him at the daycare. They get the kill on El Micho, and down goes Dark Mago. He'll go to bed.
El Micho? Yes, a blink here. So
ooh, Ice Blast, Cataclysm flying in, Static Storm, and now Nyx Assassin helps to get that kill on a Pike as El Micho threw the Static Storm on, but can't really do much about it initially. We do have that glimpse, they have a Hex, and they get the kill on a 9 Class, but he didn't get a kill into the Timber Saw, so that's worth it.
He's got Blink, he had Static Storm, but it's so hard to react on time. Like, it's very difficult to just insta jump in, Static Storm prevent the initiation. And there you go, your kid.
Trouble. Yeah.
Honestly, I think they're also surprised.
Shadow Shaman's gonna die anyway. He's got Ice Blast on him. It doesn't matter if he goes and foul plays. He's dead anyway. Let's go for the other support and make sure we get everything out of this.
No one is still in, by the way. He's got the BKB to work with. He's
not a lot of mana to play with, but he's fine. Dark Mago's dead. No one gets that kill. He's gonna be forced to buy back. He'll Remnant forward, and they do get the kill into no one. Parker gets it with the Swift Slash. Remnant again, and they will find Satanic. So the buyback ends up being worth some value here.
Disengage was decent. They do lose the Nyx Assassin, of course, at the end. The BKB prop.
Oh, Hex. They've caught themselves Parker. He's got an Aegis, though. How do you react to him losing his first life? That's really the question. Dark Mago, BKB, trying to get a kill into Ducalis, or anybody really. Remnant back end. He'll try to get out of this. He's getting a decent amount of damage, and he'll end up using that Spirit Vessel. The Ice Blast going to be off the mark.
He caught Parasma by the wrong end, so he took a lot of damage. But
yeah. Blink in, Hex. Serpent Ward, and just jumping on a DM, throwing down that Omni Slash. They go to the Static Storm. They call themselves a Storm Spirit. They've got the Swift Slash. They get the kill. All of a sudden, showing off this Aghanim Scepter that Disruptor just picked up. Stampede. Can they stop his TP? No, they can't. Ice Walls down. Cold Snap on a Pike. They get the kill on El Micho. Stun from 9 Class. That's going to be a dead Timber Saw. 9 Class getting the triple kill, and the buyback's not available on 3 of these heroes.
He's got the Refresher, by the way. The Courier is flying out of him.
There's that Refresher, and there's that stun onto El Micho. They get the kill, the Vortex pulling him back, and the Meteors are down. The BKB is going to be popped. They go to the Cataclysm. They're trying to get the Ice Blast to land. It hits Parker, so he's out of the fight for the moment. They're still trying to get their hands on a Dark Mago. Did he refresh? He did not yet. Lincoln's Bloodthorn, and now just bouncing around with the Omni Slash and the Swift Slash. Ice Blast flying in a second time, but this one's going to be off the mark. So now Refresher, a little bit of a waste.
X
shackles, but Bloodthorn killed off Gone after he ends up coming back to form from foul play. BKB's with that cart pulling out the Storm Spirit, but a Remnant forward into the stun of 9 Class. They already got the kill on Michael. No one's in by himself. He needs a little bit of help. The Remnant back from Dark Mago. They get the kill on no one. They'll take out this Invoker. Might be time to pull the ripcord here for the side of PARIVISION. Charlatans searching with their smoke. Who can they find? Who can they step up on? Blink's going to be forward there from Parker. Bloodthorn hit him. Now they've got the hook stop. The damage coming in with a meteor. He's already dead. 100 seconds though. Buyback Parker winning with the rest of his team far away. They take out the Jug. Everybody in the grave behind him. Nowhere for them to go. As Dark Mago has to rend it away, but they lose both supports in a heartbeat. You missed once, you could miss twice. He did refresh. He is throwing it in.
Flying.
Ice Blast flying in. Bloodthorn's there. Cataclysm, and the Ice Blast will go all the way to the fountain and only actually hits El Micho. They're going to buy back on Dark Mago. Tornado flies in, lands on 3. Dark Mago is going to be in the Static Storm that they place on Satanic. And there's the Meteor with the Gleipnir, the Deafening Blast, the damage coming in. They get the kill on El Micho. They'll look over for Michael as he's going to be foul playing inside the fountain. They'll go for the throne. Still trying to hold out for Parker to come back into this one. He'll go to the Split Slash now. The Omni Slash is going to be bouncing around into no one. They get the kill to the Invoker. He's got buyback. They take out the Aegis. They're going to have Satanic coming back. They get the kill to Michael. He's going to be dead. He has buyback. He'll come back into the fight. But the Hex lands. Deafening Blast. It's there. 9 Class with the stun. They get the kill to Dark Mago. Their look over as Michael's going to be foul playing and still alive for the moment. But he ends up falling to Satanic. Ault's going to be off the mark. Doesn't land. Oh, does land. That clipped. It didn't look like it was going to clip. Not going to matter anyway. The throne explodes. PARIVISION finally take game number 1. And that Ice Blast was clearly a hit. My eyes not working. But anyway, yeah. So 39-22. I will say, not to pull negatives, not like the worst decision in the world. Ursa feeling a little bit uncomfortable, I would say. But how does he do? How does Ursa do in a 1-on-1 matchup against Terrorblade in the lane? They might go for this. They've got this Hellbear really low. They'll have the Monkey King coming in. And then all of a sudden, they'll just jump Pike, force him to kill this Hellbear, and now here we go. They're in. They'll jump. They'll Primal Spring, Stun Strike with the Boundless Strike. First blood there for no one. They timed that perfectly. You just got to keep the creep equilibrium in a decent spot, and Parker might not be able to get anything out of this. Top lane, they'll go again. Try to find Michael. And Primal Spring, as the charge comes in, all the way through, it's on a DM who's in trouble. He's dead under the tower.
It's a good kill.
Giving a kill over to Pike, and Dark Mago even blinks in. He's level 6. He's got Sonic Wave. Ducala's going to just run all the way, and won't even commit anything to that. Dark Mago now the one who needs to run a little bit.
He might get that minute 6 rune if he's... never mind, not going to get it.
Sonic Wave. And now Dark Mago has to be careful. He's going to blink. Boundless Strike comes in. I thought maybe they'd look for potentially a Sunstrike, but didn't quite go for it on the Queen of Pain. They're almost baiting Dark Mago to come back in. Again, Sunstrike! Oh, the Cold Snap! 9 Class still alive. Finally dies to Michael, but they baited in Dark Mago. These heroes' voice lines aren't updated. How do they not say double amplify damage? Uh-oh. Charge? Shrine? Trying to stay alive. Ducalis, he's trying to buy some time to get these heroes over here so he doesn't give up the shrine, but it ends up getting not taken yet. Oh, actually, Pike, he's going to lose this. So now, that was both shrines going the way of the side of PARIVISION. Meanwhile, Parker. Chase, Boundless Strike. They need 2 more. Sunstrike might steal it. Satanic gets the kill.
I guess there was like a stray right click flying that I didn't see, but he does, like you said, he does get the right click, so he gets the kill. These stun strikes have been working overtime DM.
Ooh, Satanic's actually TPing for this double stun, kinetic field, glimpse. Satanic sent back bottom, but El Micho is going to be hit by this stun strike. He's dead. No one's on a killing spree. It's 5-3 and a 2,000 net worth lead early on for the side of PARIVISION.
I feel like all of these stun strikes couldn't even be evaded. You know, like he uses them in such situations that most them. Okay.
Michael, he is dead. Dark Mago again TPing over. They've got the charge coming through into Ducalis. They do have a Sonic Wave. Blink forward, look at Sonic. No, not yet. Finally throws it. Sunstrike though with the stun, the Boundless Strike. Dark Mago now needs to try and get out, but the double edge end up being what helps Pike to trade.
Sven is probably the one suffering the most.
They have Stampede if they want to just completely turn on this. But Elmisho kind of waiting for that, hoping to get a charge. And that's going to be through on a Ducalis. Meanwhile, there's a Sunstrike. They have Sonic Wave. Ducalis might die again. Tornado, the Stampede. He's alive. Oh, Elmisho's dead. They don't get the kill. They'll look over at Michael, and he's on the run. The glimpse going to be through on a DM. Doesn't matter. No one with a double kill. Continue to perform. Meanwhile, Parker out of the tier 2 tower. He is chased all the way down. And it is a 5,000 net worth lead for the side of PARIVISION. They are not leaving any crumbs based on placed on this ward as well.
Sven?
Michael's just dead again. And they've also got the Rod of Atos onto the Sven. The glimpse back. Michael's going to be chased. They should be able to get that. Sven, he's under the tier 2 tower, but it doesn't mean he's safe. Sunstrike thrown in a spot that's not going to catch Parker, but they'll be able to jump through the trees and maybe even see him. They're going to bring the Spirit Breaker through. But again, if he goes up on this high ground, Invoker's TPing out, so he actually ends up surviving.
Charge.
They've got the ward, which is on the cliff, so 9 class getting chased. That charge connects. Satanic is here. Parker coming over. Dagging from Dark Mago gets the kill in a 9 class, and now the attention is on Elmisho. Satanic, he's got the Sunder. How much are you really even willing to commit on this? Sunstrike, Parker, oh, caught, but still, Satanic Thunders! Oh, they can't even kill him that way. Parker's still alive, the TP out.
He gets to it.
Oh, Parker falls!
Poogied, that's the new meta.
New meta is Poogie. Top lane, Wukongs, and that won't turn into anything just yet, but Dark Mago for Ducalis, glimpse, and a kill on a Ducalis. Another strike from Elmisho. Dark Mago doesn't have Sonic Wave. DM's pretty tanky. He's going to run away, trying to get out of the hands of these heroes, and eventually chased down as Pike has that diffuser blade and inhibits him and gets the center.
Yeah, they got 2 kills. This is... Quap is rotating as well.
Class in the area. He's going to get some information. Might even just take their attention away to get this Terrorblade out. He's going around on the trees. It's more than just attention. Thought he was going to give his life away. He's just going in with the Simeon Stride. He's able to jump all over the place. And now Satanic turns his attention onto Parker. And Parker, the Stormhammer, the charge, the Sonic Wave, the Static Storm, everything committed to get the kill to the Terrorblade. They're all there ready and willing to go.
He's got a Solar Crest, Hand of God, like if anyone goes on them.
Like on this monkey. Class, and he takes a lot of damage quickly, but they've already used the Static Storm. Duels into the air. Sonic Wave, Hand of God, just enough damage, but the Tornado lands, and this Queen of Pain hit with the Rod of Atos is dead in exchange for the life of the Monkey King. The one hero having a good game for the side of Cobra gets killed. All of a sudden, you have to answer to this. You're going to blink in Dark Mago. 9 class and the rest of the team are smoked up. They're going to find themselves a blink as well as the hoof stomp that comes through, and they get the kill on Michael. That was the Cataclysm used immediately. They're going to charge over. Sonic Wave's a little bit of a miss. And now Barra's caught. He's going to run away, just getting a dust off, trying to survive, but they get the kill on Pike, and he's gone. Elmisho falls, Rod of Atos, that's onto the Sven. BKB forced out of his hand, double stun, gets the kill on a 9 class. That's the Dagon, but Parker's going to pay with it. With his life, and it's not worth it. It's a 16,000 net worth lead here for the side of PARIVISION, and they are really leading the way. They look for the blink as well as the hoof stomp, but Dark Mago, well, where is the answer for these guys? Tornado doesn't connect. Goes across where he once was, and they're up on the high ground taking this mid-center act.
He's still hunting him. No one is still hunting the Quap, but I don't even know if he needs to. Like the mid-lane racks will fall, you still have the tier 2 down bottom.
Oh, they got him. Rod of Atos, EMP with the deafening blast.
They're not in the worst position to strike from the back, but again, Monkey King will do the same thing. Perfect scout.
Balance strike, Cataclysm, and Parker left with a sliver of health. GG is called. PARIVISION lock in on the 2-0.
Yeah, basically the same thing happens twice in a row. 2 team fights where they're trying to wrap from behind or from the side, but it doesn't matter because of the Monkey King. Like it was a bit hectic from them. I think they expected a different move from PARIVISION, and that's why they weren't in their base. In the end, from Team Cobra,